Welcome back to another episode of whatever this series is called now. Today, because someone reminded me of it in our last video, we're going to talk about the king of synchro summoning, Reflector. But to understand how this card came to be, we're going to have to start from the beginning and talk about, oh no, Assault Mode. Assault Mode, or as it's natively pronounced, /Assault Mode, is widely considered to be one of the worst mechanics Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ever made. So much so that plugging in Yu-Gi-Oh! Assault Mode in the YouTube search bar immediately brings up the Duel log series on it called Failed Card Mechanics. So, what is Assault Mode? You know how when you synchro summon a card and you need to invest some main deck monsters to bring out a stronger boss monster that you can access at any time? Well, wouldn't you think it was cool if you then had to play a trap card that would allow you to tribute that monster and summon a debatably stronger version from, get this, your main deck? No? Well, neither did anyone else. Now, some of the Assault Mode monsters, like the once per turn Omni-Negate Stardust Dragon, were pretty good, and actually did see some play. But unfortunately, aside from a few exceptions, one Synchro, one Trap, one Garnet, and 2 turns was just a little too clunky of an investment for something like, say, a worse version of Psychic Blaster. In fact, the Assault Mode mechanic was so clunky that, like a child actor's parents, Konami abandoned it for 10 whole years. Finally, in 2019, they decided to revamp the archetype. How exactly does one fix something so bad? Well, let me tell you. First, they basically just reprinted the trap as a quick play spell, changed the word deck to hand, and gave it a graveyard effect. But then they figured, correctly, that doing that was probably not enough. And so, to tie the whole thing together, they basically just made one card that did everything. Reflector is basically the golden boy of the Assault Mode deck. When summoned in any capacity, it can search any Assault Mode card from your deck, except itself. And since an emergency teleportable Stratos wouldn't be enough to save this deck, they also decide to give this thing a second effect. That lets you reveal the Assault Mode trap in your hand to summon one of the basic Assault monsters from the grave, and then change its level to your heart's desire. Since Reflector is a level 1 tuner, this lets you synchro summon pretty much any monster you wanted. Then you can simply set Assault Mode Activate and go straight into your favorite Assault Mode monster on the following turn. So, did this make Assault Mode meta in 2019 TCG Yu-Gi-Oh? Say it with me. No! Because it was long power crept by this point. But not to worry, because Konami also decided to release this card in a much lower powered format. In November 2019, Reflector as well as Assault Mode Red Dragon Archfiend were unleashed in DSOD era Duel Links. So, let's try this again. Did this make Assault Mode meta in DSOD era Duel Links? Say it with me. No! Yup, Assault Mode is so bad that not even a time machine could save it. Maybe if we got Stardust Assault Mode instead, but we didn't. So now, with Assault Mode's third rejection from the wider Yu-Gi-Oh community, how exactly did this card become the king of synchro summoning? Well, this all comes down to Reflector's incredibly consistent combo. The bread and butter combo with this card is summon Reflector, search Assault Beast. Assault Beast discards itself to search for Assault Mode Activate. Reveal Assault Mode Activate to summon Assault Beast from the grave, change its level to be anything from 5 to 8, and then summon any generic level 6 to 9 synchro. This incredibly consistent combo that pretty much just required you to open one single card easily became the fastest way to spit out any synchro in the game. And the benefits don't stop there. The engine was really small. All you had to do was run these 5 cards, and not open this one. And to round everything out, you could run Esperoba's Cosmic Enlightenment skill, allowing you to draw any random psychic monster from your deck. I wonder which one I'll get. What do you know? Turns out the secret to making Assault Mode good was to take all the cards that said /Assault Mode in the title and get them out of here. And just like that, this little 5-card package basically became one of the best synchro summoning engines that you could splash in your deck. And as you'd expect, it's seen pretty consistent play throughout the years. When it first came out in 2019, people were running it with, guess what? Assault Mode? Nope. Invoked Element Sabers. That's right, the deck that runs 6 normal summons is now running 3 more. And then in December, people were running it with actually Assault Mode and Kawaki Meru? And the list doesn't stop there. You can pretty much go month by month and see at least a few decks using this card. We've got Neos, Trimids, Counter Traps, BLS before they were good, Katakuri after Merchant got hit to 1. Around 2021 or so, you start to see the Cog decks taper off. And normally when that happens, that's usually the end of the story. Though someone did use it to turbo out Naturia Gaia's trio. But Reflector isn't built like you and me. He's a different breed. So when we had someone win a tournament using it with DM during the XC's era, the deck list started coming back again. You started seeing it as an extra starter in Shooting Star Road, a top 32 at Crystron's, and finally, at the end of 2022, we got Mech Knights. And even Mech Knights started playing this card, and they were trampling through tournaments. Block Dragon, Yang Zing, Crystron's again. Oh hey, look who it is. It's 2023 already, and you can still see lists popping up with this card with Tenyi in September. Yeah, that's right. This card went all the way from being in Invoked Element Sabers to being in Tenyi. So what'll happen to this card? Will it fall out of favor again? Perhaps. We haven't seen even a Cog list with it in a few months or so. But Reflector isn't great because of Reflector. Reflector is only as good as the things it can bring out and the decks it can go in. Its name is actually quite fitting because of how it reflects the power of whatever it's built with. And now that we have E-Teleport in the game, we pretty much have the card at 4 copies. So all I'm saying is, all it takes is one deck that doesn't use its normal summon, or one really good generic synchro. And this baby is coming right back. Teleporter Sue Ships, let's go!